So this new chapter of Fairy Tail starts right where the last one left us, where Mesh saved Makarov from Zeref, and now everyone who is there knows that Zeref is indeed the leader of the Alvarez Kingdom. But now that they have saved Makarov, which was their initial goal at the beginning of this arc, they are planning on heading back home to Fairy Tail. However, their plans are cut short as this dude Agil, who we've seen in the last chapter, shows up, and we find out that he can control sand, or has magical abilities that involve sand. So he of course doesn't want them to leave and starts to attack them, but Makarov says that they will not be able to defeat this guy, so it's better to just run, which is what they do. They spawn one of those magical car things and they go off. But we really start to see the extent of this guy's powers. He makes this giant sand monster thing and then traps them all in a quicksand pit that he says he's destroyed towns with before. Now, like I said, Makarov doesn't think that Fairy Tail will be able to defeat these guys. However, he has not seen the power that these guys have gained in the past year. We see Gray go into his super demon mode, and we see Lucy go into her super Sagittarius mode, and they try to defeat this guy. We see Gray freeze all the sand stuff, only for him to, teleport around because he made the sand and he can do some crazy stuff. Having sand powers is so cool. And then, of course, we see Natsu go crazy. He turns his fire powers on, disintegrates the sand, even though I don't know how that works. And he goes up to him, slugs him right in the face. And of course, with that one punch, he declares war on the Spriggan 12. So once again, we get to see just how crazy the powers of the Spriggan 12 are. The sand powers aren't quite as crazy as Brandish's mass controlling abilities. I don't know if he can get any crazier than controlling mass. And yeah, I'm interested to see how they're going to defeat this guy, because as we saw, Natsu landed a good punch on him, which, after all those years of playing Pokemon, I have to question why fire is beating ground in this instance. I mean, seriously, if you were going up against a sand dude, I'd be calling up Juvia. I would not be leaving it to Natsu because, ground puts out fire. If you want to read a series that stays true to the Pokemon typings, go with One Piece. Anyway, so what I think's going to happen is that Fairy Tail will be able to overpower this sand guy, because, he's only one dude, and everyone else is super strong, and he can't control mass, so they'll beat him up, and I think they'll escape, end up going back to Fairy Tail, but because, war has been declared and whatever, they're going to get all of Fairy Tail to go back and fight against the Spriggan 12, because as powerful as Fairy Tail may be, I don't think they'd be the ones that are there now. I don't think they'd be able to take on every single person because they'd be outnumbered. And of course, I'm really excited for that moment when Zeref is finally going to face off against Natsu, which I feel may happen soon, after, of course, all these other fools are dealt with. Also, I really hope this sand guy puts up more of a fight than that stupid God of War did at the end of the last arc. Yeah, I'd rather not think about that again. So those are my thoughts on this week's chapter of Fairy Tail. Like I said, I'm just loving this arc so far. It's doing all the right things right now. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.